What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Chicken Waffle. Today we are having, as promised, tacos. So I have 10 tacos here. They look so good. I'm like in heaven if you guys really only knew. But besides the point, we got 10 tacos here. Guys, I remember I said in my chicken and waffle mukbang that I couldn't find any like the Doritos Locos or nacho cheese shells. You know, that's what happens when you like assume things. I actually just assumed. I didn't know why. But you know what these are, guys? They're nacho cheese shells, right? It's happening. It's happening. All of it is happening. So I am about to kill this for sure. I don't know if I can eat all 10, but let's see. I have some ground turkey in here, some green leaf lettuce, tomatoes, onions, cilantro, sour cream, cheese. I say onions already? Onions. I got some limes because, you know, it has to, you have to have your lime kick. And so let's talk about these, right? These are a bunch of Taco Bell sauces. You have your Diablo, fire, hot, and mild. So we're going to be testing the waters on all of these. I've had mild and hot before and fire, but like I haven't had this Diablo. As always, stay hydrated. Leave a comment below to let me know how many big cups you've drank so far. So cheers to hydration. And since my last meal was yesterday with the chicken and waffles, I think it's time to eat. So let's start, of course. Oh my gosh. Oh. So let's start with, I really like spicy, so let's start with fire. Let's see how the palate deals with the fire sauce. Put that on there like so. And, you know, for backup, bam, just regular hot sauce. Put that right there. All right. Get a close look at that, guys. Ooh. First bite. Oh. Wow. That is amazing. Thank you. That was amazing, guys. I have to have another bite, sorry. Mmm. Wow. That was so delicious. Like, I don't know if you guys could feel and taste the deliciousness through camera, but that was really, really, really tasty. Definitely have to have another one. and I am gonna have another one. But let's try what sauce is, guys. So we did fire. The fire was, you know, it was a little spicy. Let's try the Diablo. What does it say on it? I'm an 11. Okay. Okay. Well, here's to the 11 Diablo sauce. I don't know. I don't know. Let's try it. I just had flashbacks of how good this tasted, and I was like, is this one going to taste just as good? You know, let's see. Yep, this is good. Ooh. But the Diablo sauce does have quite a kick to it, for real. That's a good kick, you know? That lettuce looking super green in there. You want to always make sure your vegetables are full of color. That's a sign that they'll be able to give you all the good vitamins and nutrients, and it'll be good for your body. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta tackle it from both sides. Well, I might just eat all the time. That might just happen. I'm overwhelmed, clearly. Shout out to anyone out in the Midwest, in the United States. It is like super, super cold, some bone-chilling temperatures, like -53. And if any of you guys watching or in that area, or if you know anyone in that area, please send them out some prayers and good thoughts and everything like that, because I like lose my mind when it's 40 degrees, so I couldn't imagine a temperature like that. So prayers go out to everybody in the Midwest. Hope you guys stay warm. Let's start over here on this side. The Diablo sauce I actually liked. My mouth is tingling a little bit. I like a good spice like that. This has nothing on it. Ooh. Let's do hot sauce. I think we did, which one did we do? We did fire and Diablo. We'll go down. So we'll do hot, and then we'll do mild. All right. Bite for you guys. Bite for you guys, Bart. Oh yeah. I went to the gym about like an hour before. I'm going get my locker, get my book bag from the locker, and this lady is just like frantic, and she's like, you know, running past everyone. And of course, when someone's in a hurry, I just, you know, scoot to the side, because whatever they have going on, they obviously, you know, you need to tend to it as quickly as possible. So I just scooted to the side, but she just came in frantic. In the locker room, I'm pulling up my bag, you know, I'm looking, making sure that there's, you know, maybe there's something I help her with, but she was think she lost her bag, or she lost something very, very important, because she was really, really upset. And what made matters worse is she didn't speak English. And so we were all just like at a loss. And, you know, me and my wife, we always talk about how it's so important. Language is so important. And we just need to learn another language. Start off with another language and go from there. I really hope she found what she was looking for. Because I can't stand to lose stuff. I can't stand it. It makes me feel crazy inside. Story time. So, me and my wife were living in Florida. We decided, because me and my wife love driving. We love traveling. We like going on road trips. Like, we drove to California twice before we moved here. We drove to Canada. Drove to my home state, Connecticut, from Florida. Traveled, like, you know, overseas. London, well, the UK, France, the Netherlands, Iceland, Belgium. Just recently, the Philippines, had a layover in Korea, which we really try to change our tickets to like the next day to see if we can like experience Korea, because like just the airport looked like amazing, and like the way the Korean people carry themselves, it almost looked like super, super like advanced, if that, you know, if that makes sense to you guys. Like everything about the airport was just like on another level. It was in Seoul. I can imagine how like the actual city is. So, but come to find out, it was completely ridiculous. Like the amount to change the tickets was completely ridiculous. But back to my story, guys. So me and my wife are like, all right, let's just take a road trip, you know? We wanted to go down to West Palm Beach because we've never been there. We've been like everywhere in Florida. So we were just trying to, you know, hit on the places that we never been to. And we like to also, we're very, very active as far as like supporting the LGBT community. So when we go to like a new spot, we always like want to see what the LGBT community looks like, and like the restaurants or like clubs or like, you know, hangout spots for LGBT. So that's what we did. We went to West Palm Beach, and we really didn't like it, you know. It wasn't what I thought it was. I didn't put any sauce on it. I didn't put any sauce. Look at that. Time for Mao. I'm like, I know this is like missing something, you know. It's still amazing. I knew it was missing something. So, yeah, we didn't like West Palm Beach too much. So we're like, let's just go down a little farther. So we went to Fort Lauderdale. And there is actually like this, I guess you can call it a Fruit Loop. And for anyone who doesn't know what a Fruit Loop is what the LGBT community refers to as just a strip or an area for gay-friendly establishments. So there's this place in Fort Lauderdale called Wilton Manor, and it's just like, you know, like a specific area, and it has a bunch of like restaurants, bars, clubs, places for, you know, places that are very, very LGBTQ friendly. So we're like, bet, you know, so we drove out to Fort Lauderdale, had a great time. I met an amazing lesbian couple, played some pool. We woofed them twice, but they were cool. They were getting pretty drunk, so I mean, they probably could play better when they weren't so. Me and Gabby were just chilling, you know, having a great time, going from place to place to place, meeting new people, kicking it. We ended up at this pool hall right on the beach. So we lived in Tampa, which was about, at that point, 4 or 5 hours away, one of the two. But 4 or 5, it could have been less. It could have been less. I don't think it was more though. So me and my wife were getting pretty drunk. And the way our bank account was set up, we really didn't have any funds to be getting an impromptu hotel. So I look at my wife at around like 11 o'clock and I'm like, well, plan dark. And she's like, whatever. I'm like, cool. I said, at the time, I had like a Toyota Corolla. Didn't even have a big car, you know what I'm saying? But I said to myself, I said, we can put the back seat down that connects to the trunk, and we can sleep half in the car, half in the trunk. Me and my wife are not proud people when it comes to like sleep in a specific situation. Wherever we are, if we need to do what we need to do, pitch a tent, sleep in the car, whatever, sleep on the beach, we will do it. We've literally stayed in $700 hotels and we slept in tents. It's just what it is, you know? We're not above anything. Well, like, okay, get in the car, and we pulled up, and I don't know why I did this, but I ended up finding a parking spot because the parking in Fort Lauderdale is pretty, like, you gotta be careful because there you can get towed in a lot of places there. So I end up parking in front of somebody's house, like straight up on the street, parallel parked in front of someone's house. Put the backseat down, like I said, and fell out. I'm getting up from my, trunk slumber. And I'm looking for my wallet. I can't find it. My wallet has my ID, my wife's ID, because she doesn't like to carry things. She just likes to be free and loose, and she doesn't like to have attachments or things. Or she doesn't like anything to be attached to her when she's just chilling. My wife's ID, my card, her card. No gas. So I'm like, okay. I'm like freaking out inside a little bit because I'm like, if it's really lost, then it's a problem. Because I had no gas to get home. We start, of course, retracing all of our steps. I thoroughly looked, through everything that I could, and I couldn't find it. So there was one place we stopped and we got pizza, to soak up a little bit of the liquor the night before. So the place wasn't open. It opened at like 11 a.m. So I waited till they opened because that was literally our only option at that point, just to see if they had it. I went in there. They didn't have it. So my wife looks at me, and this is the first time that we actually been through something like this together before. So it was like one of those defining moments, like, what are you guys going to do when you're in a situation like that? So you know what we did? We said, well, we're in a beautiful place. Beautiful beach, beautiful atmosphere. We got no money to eat. We got no money to put gas in. But what we do have is each other in a beautiful beach. And a blanket. So what we did, because we were both still a little bit tired, we laid out in Fort Lauderdale Beach. We slept for a couple of hours. So we woke up and made a game plan. And my wife was like, well, we can't call for anybody to come pick us up because it's very, very far. Even though after the fact, we realized that it was absolutely no problem for our friends to come pick us up. But again, we didn't want to like, hey, can you come pick me up 4 or 5 hours away? Like, we didn't want to be inconsiderate because I guess at the time we were like, this is on us. But, don't have that attitude, honestly. I shouldn't have that attitude. People, a lot of the times people want to help you, you never should think that people don't want to help you or that you're a burden. That's what friends and family are literally for. Then we said, well, we can't. We also can't get any Western Union or anybody's wire us some money because we don't have an ID. Find out later that's the whole point of having like a secret code or something like that when you do Western Union. That didn't come to mind either. So I used to work for a bank, and I knew, and people used to call in constantly saying that they lost everything and they need access to their funds. And what happens is, what we used to tell them is if you just go to a regular branch, they actually have a picture copy of your driver's license at the bank, so they'll be able to verify it's you so you can retrieve your funds. So again, when something like that happens, all these options just come, spiraling into your brain. So I'm like, Gabby, perfect. Baby, let's go to the bank. Let's go ahead and tell them the situation. Hopefully, they operate in the same manner and we'll be able to get some money just to get back to Tampa. And this was on a Monday. So we turn on the car, right? And taking that chance because we're at the point where we're about to, the car's about to break down because there's no gas. But we figure we'll sacrifice, this little bit of gas to get to the bank for the possibility of, being able to get some money and, carry about our day. So this was a Monday again. Come to find out that Monday was a holiday. So the bank was closed. All the banks were closed. And it was crazy because, we got there. We were like, okay, cool. My wife starts to run in, and the guy looked at her and was like, where are you going? And he's like, the bank is closed. And she looked at him like, you're lying. He wasn't lying. But in her head, she had to be lying because that was like our only option at that point. Nothing is ever your only option. Always keep that in mind. So, me and my wife, we can't go into a situation where we're going to lose our heads and stuff. So what we ended up doing was we flew a sign. We went to the dumpster, we ripped off a piece of the box, and we straight up wrote, this is what happened. And when you do stuff like that, it breaks you down. Whew, it breaks you down. Because, mind you, I know my financial situation. My wife knows her financial situation. No, we're not rich, but we're not homeless, And when you're doing something like that, people on the streets, they look at you as either, no matter what your situation is, they were looking at us as if we were like bums or homeless or drug addicts. And, I was just like, wow. And it brought me into the shoes of people who have to do this for a living and how people look at them. I said, this is crazy. I said, people really are looking at us like we're beneath them because we're asking them for money. As if money defines you. It was wild. But what was also wild was the people that gave me money. There was a lady and a guy. The lady gave me and my wife $5, which for the Toyota Corolla, thank goodness, is a small car, so we don't need that much for gas, And like there's moments like that where, sometimes You don't know the effect that you have on people and what they're going through. So if someone asks for something and you have it, give it to them. Don't judge them, because it could be you. Always understand that. Nobody is above anything, you know? It could always happen to you. You could always be in that situation. Make a long story short, the money that was given to us by the two people was enough to get us a little further, like towards like the midway. We called one of our really, really good friends, Heather. She is amazing. And she came through and she looked at us like we were crazy, like gave us like, a couple $100, gave us food because we were hungry. Because the pizzas that we had the night before definitely didn't hold us off. And with all the, I guess, stress and stuff that we were going through, we were like working ourselves up a lot. So she came through. Number one question she asked us, she said, why didn't you tell me to come pick you up? And why didn't you let me wire you money? To which we told her we didn't want to be a burden and we didn't have our ID. To which she responded, be a burden. I would do it. If I was in this situation, I would call you guys, no matter how far it was. And that's the point of like a secret password or a secret code in order to get money at Western Union. Me and my wife just looked at each other and laughed. And laughed. Because at the end of the day, it was about that. There was a lesson to be learned that day. There was a big lesson to be learned that day. And me and my wife, shortly after, ended up moving into like a different spot. And we kept that sign, that cardboard sign that we had. We kept it. We kept it for a while until it was time to throw it away. And yeah, I would never forget that, how humbling it was and how eye-opening it was. And it was a beautiful situation. So it was a beautiful situation, and it was like also like a stressful situation. But I think that like the universe is just, there's no reason to ever freak out. What will happen will happen. What won't happen will not happen. So it's really no need to get all bent out of shape about certain things. And like, again, just when we just sat and I had that nap at the beach, probably the best nap I ever had in my life. It's beautiful. The best things in life are free, for sure. So guys, this taco situation, I have 5 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means that I ate 5. I'm tapped out. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing for my mukbang next week, but I hope you guys tune in. Thank you guys for, watching my channel. Thank you guys for supporting me. Give me any suggestions of what you would like for me to see for next week's mukbangs. I don't eat pork, so anything else is fair game. So yeah, just leave your suggestions down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Guys, peace, love, and the best to everyone out there. Bye.
Chicken waffle, chicken waffle, chicken waffle, chicken waffle, chicken waffle.